runoff election will happen because neither of the two frontrunners were able to secure the 50+1 votes for an overall majority in this first round. Ivan Duque, the conservative leaning, or let's say right wing of the Center Democratic Party, took 39% of the votes. That's some 7.5 million. And the former guerrilla from the M19 guerrilla group, a former mayor of Bogota, Gustavo Petro, who's a left-wing candidate, took 25% of the votes. That's some 4.8 million. So these two will, go head-to-head in a second round on June 17th.
And remind us, what were the major issues in this election?
Well, frankly, there are several issues that all run quite concurrently here in Colombia for this presidential election. It's been the implementation of the peace accords. You'll know that, of course, Colombia signed an historic peace accord with the FARC guerrillas in 2016. Ivan Duque, the front runner in these presidential elections, wants to revisit this accord, this agreement, and challenge certain areas of it, which he says grants the guerrillas too much impunity. Of course, this then tethers into international relations in Colombia. Colombia has recently been invited to be a member of the OECD nations and as a participating nation in NATO. So how easy it will be for Duque to let's say, undo or reassess various parts of this peace accord is up for debate because it's so internationally backed. Gustavo Petro himself, a leftist, is looking for greater welfare, greater education across the board. He's also talking about some sort of agrarian reform. So we'll see how it goes. And we have a month, 3 weeks of heavy campaigning ahead of us.
As we've been talking, Ivan Duque, the Conservative candidate, is leading in the results so far. Will he maintain that lead in the runoff election?
Well, I mean, he took a big haul of votes, 7.5 million. So we can expect him to garner another 7.5 million, probably a million more from the votes that went to a center-right candidate of Vargas Lleras as well. And, well, it's going to be difficult I think, for the left-wing Gustavo Petro. I mean, he took 4.8 million votes, but he was pushed very close by the third-place candidate, Sergio Fajardo, a centrist candidate from Medellin, who took 23.7% of the votes, 4.56 million. It's not certain that all of the people that voted for Fajardo will drift automatically for Petro. There is quite a polarization. These people that voted for Fajardo wanted someone in the center, not to the left and not to the right. And what we've got now is right versus left.